This is Risako Hirano, a PhD candidate at Ritsumeikan University, and she conducts research on stained glass at the Art Research Center.
Hi, I'm Risako. Are you using databases only to search and retrieve information? I have custom built my online research database on stained glass with the Art Research Center's MyDatabase. It is really useful for my research activities.
Don't you think that databases often contain too much information? It is tedious and time-consuming to start over again a new search every time you are looking for materials you want to use for your research.
Responding to the needs of researchers, the ARC provides the online platform MyDatabase or MyDB. In this video, we will show you how to create a research database tailored to your individual needs with MyDatabase.
MyDB allows you to first, create a database tailored to your individual research needs. Second, compile a large amount of research materials in one place, including materials from the ARC portal databases and your own materials. Third, use a variety of database functions.
Before we show you how to create your custom-built database and use the functions of MyDB, let's first introduce you to the ARC.
The Art Research Center, or ARC, is a leading hub for digital humanities research in Japanese art and culture. Located in Kyoto, it is part of Ritsumeikan University, Japan's third-largest private university. Since 2019, the center has been designated by the Ministry of Education as the International Joint Digital Archiving Center for Japanese Art and Culture, also called ARC IJAC.
Our research center mission is to conduct historical and social research and analysis of tangible and intangible Japanese cultural properties. The most common of these are ukiyo-e, kimono, traditional festivals, performing arts, and more recently, pop culture, such as video games.
Nowadays, libraries and museums across the world make their collections open to the public through online databases. But in principle, these databases only contain the collections of the respective institutions themselves.
On the other hand, the Art Research Center's portal databases encompass a wealth of collections. The ARC portal databases are linked with collections of external institutions, so that large-scale information is integrated and accumulated within these portal databases. What distinguishes the ARC is that we operate groups of portal databases, each tailored to a particular genre of material. For example, let's look at the ARC's representative ukiyo-e portal database. There are certain characteristics unique to ukiyo-e. Some ukiyo-e are triptychs, each made up of a set of 3 single prints. Therefore, it is required to tailor the metadata and display functions according to such characteristics. The groups of ARC portal databases, tailored to different genres, are further subdivided based on specific themes. For example, here, the ARC Early Japanese Books portal database can be seen as a parent database. Based on the parent database, you can create several child databases on different themes. Due to this unique feature, researchers can construct their own genre-specific, customized child databases within the groups of ARC portal databases.
Don't you want to construct a database tailored to your research theme that only you and your research group can use?
Like Risako, you can create your own resource database by importing research materials from any of the large collections in the ARC Portal databases, as well as your own research materials. Risako's database on stained glass belongs to the ARC Cultural Resources Portal database. Using this as an example, let's show you how to build and use the functions of MyDB. To use MyDatabase, first register your research project with the ARC IJAC. Submit an application for international joint research to utilize the center's database system. You will then receive a personal ID and password to log into MyDB. You can submit an application throughout the year. You can easily import data that you wish to use for research purposes from the ARC Portal databases to MyDB. MyDB enables you to accumulate and organize all the data related to your research in one place.
MyDB allows you to set metadata items according to your individual research needs and the characteristics of the research materials you want to include. I have created a stained glass database where metadata is classified according to the type of buildings, such as residences and churches, as well as the location of stained glass items in that building, such as reception rooms and staircases.
You can also import your own digital resources to MyDB by uploading them to the ARC cloud system. The drag-and-drop function allows you to quickly upload your data on the cloud, which will be synchronized with MyDB. For image files, we recommend them to be less than 3 megabytes. Thumbnail images are automatically created and registered on our resource server. Metadata items can be freely set for each MyDB according to individual research needs. This allows you to build a database with metadata most suited to the characteristics of your research materials. You can register metadata one by one or register them as a group on MyDB by simply uploading an Excel file that contains the data for each item. The bulk editing option allows you to edit various items of multiple materials in one go. On the other hand, the uniform editing option allows you to edit the same content for each item uniformly. By selecting the most appropriate editing option, based on the nature of your data input, you can edit metadata easily, quickly, and accurately. For each data item in your database, you can choose whether to make it public or keep it private. If you decide to keep your entire database private, it is within the scope of personal use. You can perform a customized search on your accumulated materials by setting particular search conditions based on your research needs, and by selecting the way in which your search results are sorted and displayed. The vast amount of materials accumulated in MyDB can be viewed and organized in a clear and easy-to-understand manner, which will be useful as your research progresses. The first full-scale production of stained glass in Japan started with Tatsuo Onozawa upon his return from Germany at the end of the Meiji period. Since then, many stained glass windows have been produced in Japan. The techniques used in stained glass production in Japan are almost the same as those used in the West. As for the designs, however, the stained glass made in Japan shows not only Western-style designs, but also uniquely Japanese designs that incorporate expressions of Japanese-style paintings and Taisho romanticism.
In investigating the works of Ogawa Sanji, for example, who laid the foundation of stained glass production in Japan and created many pieces between the Meiji and the early Showa period, has reviewed how design trends changed over time. The Japanese who had aimed to imitate the West gradually shifted to the idea of integrating Western and traditional Japanese cultures. As if in line with this shift, Ogawa Sanji's works also changed. In the early Taisho period, Taisho Romanticism was on the rise, and he created many works in the Art Nouveau style. From the mid-Taisho period, however, there was an increase in his works with Japanese landscapes as their subject. We can clearly see how he began to seek a way to integrate both cultures in his works by depicting landscapes in the style of Japanese paintings on stained glass, representative of Western culture. He also incorporated such stained glass with the design of Japanese-style paintings into Japanese-style architecture and large windows in Japanese-style rooms. By doing so, Ogawa may have attempted to integrate traditional Japanese-style architecture with Western culture. For my research in stained glass designs, I had to open multiple catalogs and websites one by one in order to compare the designs with each other. However, building the stained glass database with MyDB has enabled me to compare and organize the designs by simply setting up the touch and display methods. Moreover, organizing them in this way made me realize that, just like architectural designs, stained glass designs had also been influenced by the trends and fashions of that time. Let's take on the challenge to create our next database.
Please contact the Art Research Center if you want to custom build a database to advance your digital humanities research in Japanese art and culture.